Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start in Tadasana today. So we build Tadasana from the ground up. Heels are in line with the center of the hips. Now my heels are probably twice the distance from each other that the ball mounts of the big toes are. All 10 toes pointed forward. Everyone's feet are shaped a little bit different. Most of us have a tendency to stand with our feet turned out. We want to get all 10 toes, including that pinky toe, pointed forward. Knees are soft. We don't have them locked back behind us. They're lined up right over the ankles. Tailbone is reaching for the floor. So you can get there a couple of ways. Pull the kneecaps up towards the hips, kind of engaging those quads, tailbone down. We want to root through the hips all the way to the floor. You could also try kind of taking the tailbone under, then picking the tailbone up, and then finding the middle. Lower abdominal muscles, so below the belly button, pulled in. That'll help with that tailbone alignment. We want length on the waist, at the side body. So go ahead and bring the shoulders up into the ears for a moment. Sort of lengthen out the waist here, while still keeping that lower abdominal engaged. Pull the shoulders back. Turn the creases of the elbows forward. And then let the shoulders slide back down towards the hips. Now, sometimes that shoulder back causes a real lift of the chest, and that'll cause that tailbone to pop again, so make sure you pull back in the belly. Slight dip to the chin so that we're reaching through the crown of our head. If balance will allow, close the eyes. So our legs are engaged, our fingertips are reaching for the floor, head is pressing back. There's a lot of sort of tension in this pose initially. And then we can start to work on, once you sort of build your structure, you can start to work on releasing some of that effort. So maybe the first thing to go is relax the fingers. Relax the heads of the shoulders. Soften the muscles in your face. Maybe soften the gripping of the toes. Maybe you can soften those abdominal muscles and glute muscles just a little bit. That's when it starts to get tricky. If we kind of let everything go, it all sort of melts down towards the floor. Gravity wins. We want a little bit of effort so that we can maintain the alignment, but not so much effort that we can't maintain the pose. I like to think of it as, if you were one of those soldiers standing outside of Buckingham Palace who had to stand at attention for hours. What is just the right amount of effort to make standing still sustainable? Space between the vertebrae, yet soft enough through some of those supporting muscles that we don't hit fatigue. We're going to take about 4 or 5 more breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe you notice a little bit of sway with each inhale and exhale. That's fine. Makes sense. And when when you're ready, start to roll your wrists around. Opening, closing the hands. Maybe you feel this just in your fingers or your wrist, but maybe you feel it up into your forearms. Go ahead and drop the chin down towards the chest. And then bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Pause there for a moment. You can keep rolling out the wrists, or if you would like, you can bring the left arm behind the back. You can even bring the right hand lightly resting the fingertips on those left temples, just encouraging a little extra length on the left side of the neck. Don't go too far. Once you get a kink in your neck, it's hard to let that go. One more breath. Release. Head back to neutral. Chin back down towards the chest and roll left ear to left shoulder. Again, maybe this side could be different. Maybe you just want to stay here, or perhaps you want to bring the right arm behind the back, or left fingertips resting lightly on the right temple. One more breath here. Exhale, release, head back to neutral. We'll warm up the legs just a little bit, just sort of wake them up, I should say. So go ahead and lift that right heel, leave the toes down on the floor, and just sort of roll around on the ball mount of the foot. You might feel this in your toes, the arch of your foot, maybe it's about the ankle. And then you're welcome to freestand in the middle of the room or grab yourself a little piece of wall. We're going to start to lift that right knee up and bring it around. That right foot may lightly graze the floor as it goes by. Change direction. And release. Left side. Start by just lifting that left heel off the floor, leaving the toes pressed down, and wake up that left foot. Moving in all directions. Nice for the toes, the arch, the ankle. And then to get a little bit deeper, a little bit higher up into the hip. Again, you can grab yourself a little piece of wall. We're going to just start to make some circles out of that hip. Change direction. And placing that foot back down. Go ahead and separate your feet mat distance. All 10 toes pointed forward. Soften the knees, placing your hands on the thighs and sending your tush back behind you. And we're just going to do some standing cat-cow moves here. So I'm going to press into my hands, pull the shoulders back, reach the heart forward, and lift the tailbone. Belly is still engaged, so we've got some support for the lower back here. And then exhale, round. Tailbone down, chin drops, opening up the back body. Inhale, open the chest back up again. And exhale, round. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, round. 2, 3 more on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Next time you exhale, pause and roll all the way up. Go ahead and reach arms up overhead. Leave the left arm alongside the ear. Bring the right hand down to the right thigh and slide that right hand down towards the right knee, grounding firmly into that left foot, lengthening the left side of the body. Inhale all the way back up and switch. Left hand slides down towards that left knee, right arm alongside the ear, grounding into that right foot. Inhale all the way back up. Go ahead and interlace the fingers behind the back. Reach the knuckles away, open the chest. Soften the knees, sending the tush back behind you and forward fold. Shoulders are out of the ears. The neck is free to move. Reach the knuckles away from the torso, whether that be towards the back of the room or up towards the ceiling. Depends on how your shoulders are feeling today. Take another breath here. Release the arms. You can grab one of your blocks or leave right fingertips on the floor underneath the nose. Soften the right knee and reach that left arm up. We're looking to stack the shoulders. So in stacking the shoulders, if you've got a clear view of the ceiling, excuse me, you can reach that left arm up, but the thumb would line up over the eye, palm facing same direction as the sternum. If that's not the case, if you're not quite twisted all the way up towards the ceiling, we don't want to just crank the hand back. You can bring the right or left arm behind the back to assist in that shoulder lifting. Exhale, release. And switch. Left hand is now underneath the nose. Soften that left knee. Turn, look over that right shoulder. And maybe that right arm lifts. Again, you can have a block underneath that left hand. We're trying to touch the ceiling, not the wall back behind us. Take another breath here. Exhale, release. Right hand comes back down. Softening that right knee, lift that left arm up again. Option to bring that left arm behind the back. Maybe reach the right arm underneath and take a bind. Take one more breath here. Exhale, release. Switch. Left hand stays down. Soften that left knee. Right arm reaches up. Option to take a bind here. Right arm would come behind the back. Left arm reaches underneath, clasping the hands. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Both hands come down, soften the knees. We're going to roll up slow and controlled. Head and shoulders come up last. Walk the feet back in underneath the hips. Once again, find your mountain pose. Find Tadasana. Notice how you feel. We'll start to move on our mat. So up at the top, if you're not there already, we'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Slide the hands up the shins, just below the kneecaps, straighten the elbows. Heart forward, hips back. Exhale, forward fold. Slide the hands up the shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift, hold. Press the shoulders towards the hips. Pull the belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, plank pose. So take the time to set this plank up. Heels of the hands are under the heads of the shoulders. Index finger is pointed forward, not your middle finger. Creases of the elbows turn forward. Heels of the feet are over the toes. Lightly tap the ground with your right knee. Pick it back up. Left knee. Pick it back up. Right. Left. Right. Left. Rock forward on the tippy toes. Bring both knees down. Open the chest. Pull the elbows back towards your hips. So not out to the sides, but back towards your hips as you lower slow and controlled all the way down. Press firmly into the tops of the feet. Kneecaps are lifted. Elbows towards one another. Back towards your hips. Inhale, lift head, heart, shoulders. Exhale, release. Charge up the legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift and hold. Float the hands just an inch or two off the floor. Press the feet down more. Exhale, release. Press yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Now we'll stay here for 5, 6, 7 breaths. Perhaps it's your first down dog of the day. Feel free to pedal it out, wag the tail, shake the head. We just want to keep those shoulders out of the ears so we're strong in the shoulders. Don't want to hang in the armpits. Take another breath here. Look up between the thumbs. Take a big breath in. Exhale both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, soft knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, plank pose. Full expression of plank. Rock forward, knees down, lower slow and controlled all the way to your belly. Press firmly into the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up, back, open the hip to the side, bend the knee, flex the foot. Let that left heel get heavy while picking that left shoulder up. One more breath here. Straighten that right leg back out again. Place it down next to the left. Reach the left leg up, back, open the hip to the side, bend the knee, flex the foot. Right heel gets heavy. Right shoulder moves forward. Take another breath here. Straighten that left leg back out again. Place the left foot down next to the right. Look up between the thumbs, big breath in. Exhale, step both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, plank pose. Rock forward, knees down, lower slow and controlled. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. All the way up. Heel lines up underneath the knee. And the hip in line with the knee. So if your right hip is up and out to the side, probably need to lengthen your stance. Rock front to back a few times on those left toes. This is a good indicator of how the distance is lining up for you. If your right knee is getting to the big toe or beyond, probably need to lengthen your stance. Next time you rock forward, bring that left knee straight down. If your ankle will allow, release the top of the foot to the floor. Walk yourself up that right leg. Push off that right thigh. So place your hands on the thigh, pull in the belly, pull in the ribs, and push the torso back. Tailbone down is what we're going for here. Then you can bend that right knee a little bit deeper. Grounding firmly into that left foot, otherwise it's going to want to wander to the right. One more breath. Exhale, release. Hands come down around. Step back, down dog. Reach the left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Knee over ankle, hip in line with knee. Again, if your stance is too short, you'll find that left hip up and out. Go ahead and rock. You can have blocks under your hands if you'd like. I have pretty long arms. You can rock front to back a few times on those right toes. If your left knee is getting to the big toe or beyond, lengthen the stance. Next time you rock forward, right knee down. Walk yourself up that left leg. Left hip back, right hip forward. If your ankle will allow, top of the right foot presses into the floor. Belly in, push the torso back here. Then maybe bend that left knee a little bit deeper. We're looking for distance from belly button to the right knee. One more breath. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Push those hips back. Shoulders out of the ears. Knees are soft here. We're not locking our knees. First priority of down dog, lengthening the spine. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, heart center. Let's get into the backs of the legs a little bit, specifically the calves. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Fingertips to the floor. Soften the knees as much as you need to get fingertips to the floor. And watch that you don't have the shoulders scrunched in the ears in some effort to get to the floor. Knees are soft enough that you can have a slight bend in the elbows. Walk the hands forward, one hand print. Push the weight into the heels. Wiggle the toes. Heels are going to stay down. Walk the hands forward, another hand print. Push the weight into the heels. Wiggle the toes. Keep going. Maybe it's another full hand print. Each time we press into the heels and wiggle the toes. At a certain point, it may just be moving the hands forward an inch or two. At another point, it may be moving those hands forward a centimeter or two. But each time we move, we push those hips back again, weight into the heels, and light in the toes. So take it as far out as your ankles, as your calves will allow. Take another breath or two wherever you're at. And then go ahead and lift the heels. Bend the knees deeply. Look up between the thumbs and hop or step both feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, plank pose. Rock forward, knees down, lower all the way to your belly. Press firmly into the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Right hip back, left hip forward. Chest is open, but we're taking the torso back just a little bit, even as we bend into that right knee. One more breath here. Exhale, release, right hand, right thigh, left hand under the left shoulder, turn, look over the right shoulder, reach that right arm up. Option to reach that right arm for the back of the room. Bend a little deeper into that right knee, bringing the hips a little bit lower. And then perhaps you can catch that left foot. The left foot's going to want to wander to the right, and our chest is going to want to collapse. We want to remember the twist. So pull that right shoulder back, left foot to the left, and pull that heel in. One more breath. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Right knee comes down. Inhale, arms up. Belly in, ribs in. Remember, we're going to kind of take that torso back a little bit and then bend into that left knee. One more breath here. Exhale, release, left hand to the thigh, right hand floor or block underneath the right shoulder. Reach that left arm up. Now you can stay right here, just enjoy the twist. You don't need to make it more complicated. Or if you'd like to get a little deeper into that right quad, go ahead, bend that left knee a little bit deeper, bringing the hips forward and down. Reach that left hand back and maybe catch that right foot. I often see people sort of moving their hips back, trying to catch that foot. It makes it harder. Bring the hips forward and the foot will come to you. Or at least move in that direction. Again, make sure that right foot stays to the right and the chest stays open. One more breath. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Look up between the thumbs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, heart center. If at any point you need a break, you want to take a pause, stay here in your Tadasana, catch up with us later, or wait until we catch up with you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release plank pose. Back bend flows are also optional. We will meet in downward facing dog. If you'd like, add a little cobra in there. And then eventually to your down dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Right hip back, left hip forward. Bend a little deeper into that right knee. Bring the right hand down inside that right ankle. You can have a block underneath the hand if you'd like. Pick your left foot up. Send it off to the right. Open that left arm up towards the ceiling. So if this is too much, you can take that block one higher. You can also bring your forearm to your thigh. If you'd like a little bit more, you can leave fingertips down on the floor. But we want the chest open. So if hand on the floor causes the heart to collapse, come up a little bit higher. Take one more breath here. Exhale, release, both hands down. Straighten that left foot back out. Step back, down dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Belly in, ribs in. Release, left hand down inside that left ankle. Right foot lifts, moves off to the left. Open that right arm up towards the ceiling. Again, you can have your left hand on a block. I like to grab the inner ankle. You can also bring forearm to your thigh. Remember, we're not back, hip over right knee. We've got left knee over left ankle. And the right hip is a little towards the front of the room of that right knee. One more breath. Exhale, release. Down dog. Right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Both hands down inside. Pick up that left foot, send it off to the right. Reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. So here we are again. This time we're going to find all of that alignment and then lift the torso up. Arms to shoulder height. So think of this kind of like warrior two with your back knee down. One more breath. Exhale, release. Hands come down around or down inside. Step back, downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Right knee down. Inhale up. Both hands down inside. Right foot lifts, moves off to the left. Open up that right arm towards the ceiling. When you're ready, lift the torso up, arms to shoulder height. A modified warrior two. Watch that this left knee is tracking towards the pinky toe. One more breath. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog.
Look up between the thumbs. Big breath in, exhale both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Through plank pose, we will meet in downward facing dog. However you want to get there. Reach the right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Leave the left knee lifted this time. Right knee over ankle, hip in line with knee. Chest is open, so you may want blocks underneath your hands to help with that. Squeeze the hips towards one another, front to back, so left hip forward, right hip back, but also from side to side. Make the hips nice and strong so that you can inhale, arms up. Crescent pose. Belly in, ribs in. One more breath. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Knee over ankle, hip in line with knee, chest is open. Squeeze those hips from every direction to a midpoint and use that to lift up. Belly in, ribs in. One more breath. Exhale, release. Down dog. Right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Inhale, arms up. Right hand, right thigh, left hand under the left shoulder. Turn, look over the right shoulder. Reach the right arm up. Again, don't crank that hand back behind you. It's about trying to touch the ceiling. One more breath. Exhale, release. Down dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Inhale, arms up. Left hand, left thigh. Right hand under the right shoulder. Turn, look over that left shoulder. Reach the left arm up. If you can see your left hip, bend a little deeper into that left knee. Bring that hip back down. Exhale, release. Down dog. Look up between the thumbs. Big breath in. Exhale, both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Excuse me. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, plank, eventually meeting in downward facing dog. I know I could use a moment to catch my breath. Perhaps you could as well. Right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Knee over ankle, hip in line with knee. Inhale, arms up. Belly in, ribs in. Exhale, release both hands down inside that right foot. Extend the right leg. Reach that right arm up. So that right hip is now going to want to wander forward and to the right. Pull it back and down. You can have a block underneath this left hand if you would like. One more breath. Exhale, release. Hands come down around that right foot. Leave that right leg extended without locking the knee. Open the chest and reach the heart forward. Try and keep that tailbone lifted. As soon as the tailbone comes down, you actually shorten the back of that right leg. Keep the tailbone lifted. Soften into that right knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Scoop those hips towards one another and under and lift up. Exhale, release. Both hands down inside. Extend that left leg. Right hand's going to stay under the right shoulder. So as you extend the leg, the shoulders move back, move the hands with it. And when you're ready, twist to the left and reach that left arm up. So I'm up on the right toes, soften that left knee. Watch that that left hip doesn't wander forward and up. Pull it back and down. Left thumb lined up over the eye. If that means here, then it's here. But we're not cranking the hand back. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Inhale, arms up. This time we are going to drop that left heel. Heel to arch alignment with the feet. Turn the torso to the left. Shoulders squaring off to the long side of the mat. We're looking to square the hips off to the long side of the mat, but keep an eye on that right knee. Keep the knee tracking towards the pinky toe. Arms shoulder height. Try and get more weight in that right heel than the toes. One more breath. Exhale, release. Down dog. Left leg up and back. Exhale, step that left foot through. Inhale, arms up. Drop that right heel. Take the shoulders to the long side of the mat. Hips as much as possible without letting that left knee fall in. Left knee over ankle. You should still be able to see your big toe. Arms to shoulder height. Now you can certainly look out over that left hand. Just don't take the hip and the shoulder with you. Relax the shoulders down the back. One more breath. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Drop the left heel from here. Heel to arch alignment. Grab a block inside that right ankle. Start with the block on the highest setting. You can always drop down lower. Place the right hand on that block and straighten the right elbow. Bring the left arm behind the back. So now we've got right knee, right elbow pressing into one another. Reach that left arm up and alongside the ear. Now from here, if you decide to drop down a level or two, that's fine, but just watch again that your heart doesn't collapse down towards the floor. You can also decide to place your forearm on the thigh. Main thing we're looking for here is length on the left side of the body. So from fingertips to outside edge of that left heel. One more breath. Exhale, release. Down dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. From here, drop that right heel. Bring a block inside that left ankle. Maybe start with it on the highest setting. Watch that your left knee is lined up over that left ankle. And bring the right arm behind the back. Right arm reaches up and then alongside the ear. You can stay right here. You can drop down. You can lift up. But the chest stays open. We're lengthening from tips of those right fingers to the outside edge of that right heel. Don't forget about that back leg. One more breath. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Drop the left heel. Block inside that right ankle. Highest setting on that block. Reach that left arm up. Extend that right leg. So now my hand, because I extended the legs, the hips moved back a little bit. I want to back the hand up a little bit. Triangle pose. Now, oftentimes triangle is with your hand on your shin. I do it like that all the time. That's fine, just don't push the knee down. If your hand is on the floor, check out where your energy is going. Is it going down into the floor as well? Heart down towards the floor? If so, come back to your block or your shin. Right hip back. One more breath. Exhale, release. Down dog. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Drop that right heel. Block inside that left ankle. Reach the right arm up. Extend that left leg. Hips move back a little bit. Maybe the hand backs up a little bit. Maybe it moves to your shin. Maybe it drops down a level. Maybe you need to come up higher. All the while, the chest is open. Tailbone reaching for that right heel. Take one more breath. Exhale, release. Down dog. Big breath in, look up between the thumbs. Exhale, both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Combining those standing poses. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, plank pose. Perhaps a back bend flow. We will meet in downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Step the right foot through. Drop the left heel. Inhale, arms up and open warrior two. Reach forward. Bring that right hand down inside the right ankle, either to a block, holding onto the ankle, or forearm to thigh. Reach the left arm up and alongside the ear. Extend that right leg. Reach the left arm straight up. Take another breath here. Soften that right knee. Grab a block, highest setting. Bring the left hand to your left hip. Reach that right hand forward with the block off the pinky toe side of the foot. So no longer inside, but outside. We're gonna hop that left foot in till it floats. Right hip directly over that right heel. This right knee is not locked. The leg is strong. Left leg is holding itself up. So it's not just dangling up there. It's reaching. Option to then reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. One more option would be to float the right hand up towards your heart. Take one more breath. Soften that front knee. Plant the hands. Drop that left foot back to the mat. Downward facing dog. Let's bring those all together on the left side. Left leg up and back. Step the left foot through. Drop that right heel. Inhale, arms up. Warrior two. Then reach out over that left knee. Hand can come down inside, forearm to thigh. Reach that right arm up. Reach the right arm alongside the ear. Extend that left leg without locking the knee. Reach that right arm straight up. Tailbone down. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Soften that left knee. Grab a block in your left hand. Reach that block forward and off the pinky toe side of the foot. Start to hop that right foot in and float that right leg. Again, right leg is strong. Left knee is not locked. Maybe that right arm reaches. Maybe the left hand floats. Maybe you tip over. If you do, come back. One more breath. Exhale, release. Softening that left knee, dropping the right foot, downward facing dog. Bring the knees to the mat, hip distance or further. Big toes come to touch, hips to the heels, pose of the child. Breathe. Definitely cardiovascular workout. It's good for me to have to talk while doing all of that. It's a good test of my own lung capacity. If your knees will allow, we're going to sit up on our heels for just a moment. If that's too much for the knees or too much for the ankles, you can modify by either placing a blanket underneath the shins and dangling the ankles off, dangling the toes off, or a blanket behind the knees, softening that fold. You can even place a block underneath your hips. Otherwise, maybe just sitting back on the heels for a moment. Let your hands sit in your lap. If you are sitting all the way down on the ground, I guess either way, spread the toes. Keep the feet active here. Don't just let them get squished. And when you're ready, go ahead and lie down on your back. Knees bent. Open the arms to a T or goalpost. Set your hips off center to the left. Bring the knees in and over to the right. And a nice passive twist. I know we did lots of twists today, but they were pretty effortful. So we want to find a nice easy twist now. Left shoulder's grounded, everything else is up to you. Go ahead and bring the knees all the way back up. Set your hips off center to the right. Bring the knees in and over to the left. Right shoulder stays grounded. Everything else is up to you. I can feel a little shake in my legs. We worked our legs hard today. No need to push it in this twist. Bring the knees all the way back up. We're heading to Shavasana. If your back is bothering you, I recommend knees bent, feet wide, knees falling in on one another. Otherwise, legs extended, feet still wide, legs relaxed. Elbows are far enough away from the ribs to get airflow to the armpits, but not higher than your shoulders. You can have those elbows bent, fingertips on your hips or belly, or arms to your side, palms up. You're also welcome to grab a little blanket or pillow and place it under your head, lengthening the back of the neck. Close the eyes and breathe and feel. We always want to give ourselves enough time in Shavasana to let our body know we mean it. So often, when we first lay down in bed or we first sit down in a chair, our body is ready to spring right back up again and keep moving. And it may take a few minutes for the body to realize, oh no, we're staying. If your day allows for it, feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. When you're ready, you'll start to wiggle fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, arms and legs. When the time is right, roll over to your right side, pausing there for a breath or two. Again, just being here. And then eventually using the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Clearing the cobwebs. Opening up all the body for optimum energy flow, oxygen flow. Allowing us space. Wishing you peace and joy and love and light. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And Namaste.